Hello, welcome to the Gradual Report. My name's Danny. That happened just now. Today we discuss why I don't do drugs. An essay by me. When I was deciding on whether or not I should do drugs, I decided to do a little research. And as far as I can tell, drugs are awesome. But they mess up your body a little bit each time you do them. But mostly they are so awesome that when you do them, you don't want to do anything else but them. That's what I found out in my research. Allow me to read you a few examples on how people feel on drugs. I would say it's kind of like what an orgasm's orgasm feels like. I don't really know if it can be compared to anything because there's nothing that matches it. It's like being born a unicorn from a little bar of pink soap, and the next thing you know is each of your fingers are tiny little chickens, putting the little puppet show on just for you. Here's how drugs affected another individual. Imagine waking up on a picnic blanket in a golden field where each and every single one of the sun's rays tickles and warms your entire body. There is a subtle dizziness in the head and a strong sense of euphoria emanating from the center of your heart, and you feel connected to everything in the universe. Though you know you may never be able to put this feeling into words, you feel it as deeply as a poem whispered into a sleeping child's ear, safe in her mother's arms. In short, it is the greatest day of your life multiplied by an infinity of lifetimes. With descriptions such as these, it is easy to see why people throw their entire lives into chaos, bedlam, and general hodgepodgery. That at the cost of their families, their health, and eventually their lives, they pursue that ever-elusive high. After quickly studying the effects of drugs, I've determined that everyone should do them when they're 80. As best I can figure it, life flows through several inevitable stages. First, you're born, and you learn to play. You grow a little older and a little stronger, and you play a little harder. When you're an adult, hopefully you get to explore the world around you and add a little value to something perhaps, as you play with it. Then at some point you probably have children, and you get to see how those little bastards play. Then hopefully, much later in years, your body starts to get weak, it starts to break down, and you're left with not too distant memories of what it used to be like to play. Then, even later in years, you're an old, enfeebled, geriatric crazy person who's just angry all the time, and people are tired of hearing your stories about what it was like to live before Google, and you may start to forget some of the things that you used to play. And then, even later in years, your body is an empty shell of what it used to be, and you no longer want to play. After that, you'll probably die. So I ask you, where in those inevitable stages of your life would you like to have the very best day of your life ever? I submit that you should take it well after you're 80, when your body's breaking down and you can't play anymore. Taking that old broken body and turning it into a renewed vessel for experimenting with drugs. You don't need to be able to run a mile, hike up a mountain, or sail into a storm in order to play with drugs. You know, most people that shoot up with H just find a quiet place to sit down and then melt into the universe around them. If you're old enough, you might even be able to get a prescription for the drugs, that medical grade gear that hasn't been stomped on by pimps and whores. The good stuff. Ah yes, the good stuff. So here we come to it. Our conclusion. The reason I don't do drugs is simply because I want something to look forward to when I'm old. It is then, after a lifetime of playing and joy-filled experiences, that I want to have the very best day of my life. Because at that age, it might actually mean something. I love you, my little lemon drops. Do join us on Friday when we continue our very important work. You should subscribe right there. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.